You're not lazy. Your brain is addicted to comfort, and today you're going to understand exactly why. Because right now there are two versions of you living in the same mind. One version dreams big, that version imagines success, imagines discipline, imagines waking up early, working hard, and building a life that actually means something. But there's another version of you, and that version just wants to stay comfortable. That version wants easy scrolling, easy entertainment, easy distractions. And every single day, those two versions fight for control. You wake up with good intentions. You tell yourself today will be productive. Today you'll start the project. Today you'll study. Today you'll finally move your life forward. But then something small happens. You check your phone just for a minute. One notification, one video, one quick scroll, and suddenly an hour disappears. Then another. Then the day is almost gone. And the thing you promised yourself you would do never even started. At night, the feeling shows up, that quiet disappointment. You replay the day in your head. You know you had the time. You know you had the opportunity. But somehow, you still didn't act. So you make the same promise again. Tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow you'll be disciplined. Tomorrow you'll finally take control. But tomorrow arrives. And the cycle repeats. Here's the truth most people never realize. This isn't about laziness. It's about how your brain works. Your brain is built for survival, not success. Thousands of years ago, survival meant saving energy and avoiding risk. So your brain developed a simple rule: avoid discomfort, seek pleasure. That rule kept humans alive, but today, that same rule is holding you back. Because every meaningful goal requires discomfort. Learning is uncomfortable. Hard work is uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. So when your brain sees something difficult, it looks for an escape. And the modern world is full of escapes. Your phone, social media, endless entertainment. Every scroll gives your brain a tiny reward, a quick burst of pleasure, and your brain remembers that feeling. So next time resistance appears, it pushes you toward the same escape. Not because you're weak, but because your brain learned that comfort feels good. And the more you repeat that pattern, the stronger it becomes. But here's the part that changes everything. Patterns can be rewritten. Your brain built this habit through repetition, which means it can be rebuilt the same way. Not through motivation. Motivation is temporary. Some days you feel energized. Some days you feel tired. If you rely on motivation, your progress will always be unstable. Real change comes from something far less exciting. Small actions, repeated daily. Not huge breakthroughs, not perfect plans. Just consistent effort. Start small. Smaller than you think. Work for 15 minutes. Read one page. Write a few sentences. Take one step forward. It might not look impressive, but your brain doesn't care about impressive. Your brain cares about patterns. Every time you act despite resistance, you weaken the old habit. You teach your brain something new. Discomfort is survivable. Effort is normal. Progress is possible. Over time, the resistance gets quieter. Another powerful change comes from your environment. Most people think success is about willpower, but willpower runs out. Environment is stronger. If your phone is next to you, you will check it. If distractions surround you, focus becomes impossible. So change the environment. Move the phone away. Close unnecessary tabs. Create a space designed for focus. When distractions disappear, discipline becomes easier. There's also one more trap you need to avoid: constant learning without action. watching productivity videos, listening to motivation, reading endless advice. It feels productive, but often it's just another way of avoiding the real work. Information is useless without execution. You already know what you should be doing. The challenge isn't knowledge. The challenge is action, even when the action is messy, even when the result isn't perfect. Because every expert started exactly the same way: uncertain, unskilled, imperfect. They didn't wait until they felt ready. They started before they were ready. And they kept moving. You won't do this perfectly. Some days you'll fall back into old habits. Some days discipline disappears. That's normal. Progress isn't a straight line. The difference between people who change their lives and people who stay stuck is simple. One group stops after failure. The other group keeps going. They reset, they try again, and they continue forward. One small step at a time. Because the life you want isn't built in one dramatic moment. It's built through hundreds of small decisions that seem insignificant today, but transform who you become tomorrow. Right now, you might feel stuck. But stuck doesn't mean broken. It just means you've been repeating the same pattern for too long. And patterns can change. It starts with one decision, one action, one moment where you choose growth instead of comfort. So when resistance appears again, and it will, remember something simple. You don't need to do everything. You just need to begin. Start small. Start imperfect. But start today.